Hey guys, Cindy Williams here, the Wanderlust CEO. I have Katie from Fulfilled Travel Passport. Katie, how are you doing this morning?
Doing well. How are you?
I'm good, and I'm so glad to have you on the show today. Katie is a recent graduate of our Careers on Vacation program. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Are you excited to be wrapping up this adventure, this 12 weeks of crazy?
Yes, definitely.
I love
It's
it.
been fun.
It is. It's a lot. It's a lot in that 12 weeks, but then you get to the end and it's like so rewarding, which is why we've invited you to talk on the show today. Tell us a little bit about where you were before doing Cruise on Vacation and where your business is now.
Well, before it was just an idea of a business that I had. So I've had no business of my own before. Um, and I was looking to start something, especially that would allow me to work from home or wherever else I wanted to take the work with me. And I have traveled a lot independently on my own and love traveling and wanted to share that with others because people would come to me, like coworkers and family, and ask me about different places that I've been to, what they should do, what there is to see there and do there and eat there. So people were already coming to me with those questions. So I figured, well, I can help them out, like use what I love doing, which is the planning and the research, and help them come up with their dream trips, especially to places that I've been before.
So you already had the reputation of being the travel enthusiast, and you thought, I love that. I love it.
Yeah, especially with the pandemic and not really being able to travel. That was when I realized that I did really miss that and wanted to think about it and talk about it and dream about it more often.
I love it. And where are you now, 12 weeks later?
I just got my first client last week. So that's what my goal was, to have a
Yay, before
client.
graduation, then. That's so exciting.
Yes, to have a client before I did this call with you. And yeah, a friend reached out, and I think she and her husband are planning a trip to the Galapagos and Machu Picchu. And that was actually where my husband and I went to the Galapagos for our honeymoon. And our first international trip together was to Machu Picchu. So I'm like, oh, yeah, so places I can talk about and have experience with and research for myself.
I love that. Yeah, and you get credit for life experience. I tell people that all the time. Like, you get to bring that with you. If you have a love of travel and you've traveled the world, even if you haven't worked in the industry before, those are the things, right, that you can learn and that we can teach you for sure. So, Katie, what has been your biggest win or celebration since taking the program?
Well, I would say getting a client, but even just getting signed up as an LLC officially and getting a new group of friends through this program where we talk to each other separately and we have our own little meetups now. So it's great to have that support built in and to be with other people who are at the same place as me.
Yep. And having, because this is one of those careers where you are working at home and it's like a silo. So being able to meet people that are like-minded, meet people that are building their businesses and do those other things, that's amazing. I love that. Now, mindset work is one of those big things that we root in the program to kind of get you thinking like a CEO, acting like a CEO, keeping you in that positive mindset as you're doing these big things. Like creating a business is a big deal, it's a lot of pieces. How has the mindset work impacted either your business or life as you've gone through the program?
Yeah, it's definitely been an important piece. And even before starting this program, I had started on some mindset work, and this has just ramped it up. And it's nice that it's general, but it's also specific to issues that people in the program are going through. It's tailored to things that we're facing and overwhelm and all those pieces. So it's definitely been helpful. And I even listened to Brandon's video earlier this week. So I'm in the Careers on Vacation general group, and I go and watch his Monday videos.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and he does the private calls, so not the private calls, but the group calls for the COV clients as well, which I think is really nice. You guys can say, I'm dealing with this issue, right? And kind of work through some of that stuff because it's a lot. And sometimes you'll have a personal block or a personal mindset that if you just work towards it, I think the video is one of those things that people really struggle with, like getting on video. and it's hitting that first record button or doing that first thing that's new. But then the second it brings you a client or brings you some abundance, you're like, oh, that's why they've been telling us this. So, but having the tools, I think, because that mindset is really so important. I learned that early on in my career, that if I could show someone their own potential and get them past their own stuff in their head, like, it's limitless what anyone can accomplish. So kudos to you for leaning in and even going to those extra calls and watching those extra messages, because every little bit helps. It all counts when you're working in service of your goal, right? Yeah. Katie, walk me back to the beginning when you first found us. You're like, I have a love of travel, never been in this industry. I found this lady on wherever you found me. What was that process like for you? And was there anything you had to overcome before you started working with me and my team?
Well, I think I originally found you on YouTube and watched the mastermind video. And then I was going in a couple different directions, like took a virtual assistant course too. And while working through that, I was thinking, well, what do I really want? And I came back to the travel of, I love doing that. I love helping people with that. And so I wanted to try and just go all in, try it out. I mean, if I don't try, I won't know. So I actually went back and watched more of your videos because it had been a couple months in between. And then I just decided to call after watching some of these testimonials and some of the other videos that you had.
Yeah, just have that initial conversation. What Katie's talking about, guys, is our discovery call process. So if you're thinking about starting, we want you to vet any program out there. Think about, whatever. If you're drawn to travel, it's always good to have a conversation. So we offer complimentary consults just to understand you personally, your goals, and if it's a match, then we can tell you about the program. But that's what Katie went through. So what would you say to that person who was in your spot, 13, 14, 15 weeks ago when you're like, I'm going to do this. Like, I have this love of travel. What would you tell that person about getting started with Careers on Vacation?
I would tell them, if you want a roadmap of the steps to take and even things like talk tracks of what to say when you're talking to a client, because I've never done this before. I've never done sales either. None of my previous jobs had to do with sales. So I would say if you're looking for that support and assistance and following a roadmap, then it's a good investment.
Yeah, especially if you're new and you don't, it can be really overwhelming. I think it's overwhelming to get everything done no matter what. But imagine if you didn't have that roadmap and you didn't have all of those pieces that you need to kind of put it together. So guys, if you're out there and Katie's story sounds like you and you've been thinking about, how do I get into the travel industry? How do I make sure I'm going to be a success at it? And it's just been rumbling around or tapping you on the shoulder for years, I invite you to apply. You can go to careersonvacation.com/ready now. I'll put the link down in the video description for you as well, so you can click on it. And we're just going to have that first call that Katie did, which is talk to you and understand what your goals are. And if it's a fit to work together, then we can talk about how to apply for the program. So Katie, thank you so much for joining us today. You're not going too far. You're going over to the grad group, and you have that additional, not just the friends you've made, but 300 more people that are the cool kids in the travel industry that are all using our systems and processes across the board. So I just want to say congratulations, Katie. You did a great job doing all the parts of the program, getting it all set up, getting your first client before you even graduated. That's amazing. And I can't wait to see what the future holds for you, my friend.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm excited.
We'll talk soon. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll see you guys on the next one. Hey guys, Cyndi Williams here. If you like that last video, make sure you check out my other content to help you grow and scale your very own travel business. And also, I invite you to travel around the world with me and find out what I'm doing in my portable, profitable, award-winning travel business. Check out the videos.